5.1, an update was provided and direction given to the city's negotiators. On item 4.1.1 and 4.1.2, an update was provided and direction given to the agency's negotiators. And that's the conclusion of my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. With that, this meeting is adjourned. And we are moving on to the successor agency regular meeting. For those of you in the audience who are not normally here, this will be just about a minute, then we'll get to the regular city council meeting. And I'm calling to order the successor agency regular meeting, 7:17 p.m. with the clerk. Actually, please note that we are all still here. At this time, I would entertain comments within the subject from the public within the subject matter jurisdiction of the successor agency to the city of Emeryville. Seeing none, there are no special orders of the day.
Consent calendar.
Second.
So we have a motion from Member Davis to move the consent calendar with a second from Member Asher.
I have to abstain on 5.2 because I wasn't here.
All right. Noting that abstention on 5.2, would the clerk please call the roll for the rest?
Councilmember Asher?
Aye.
Councilmember Atkin?
Aye.
Councilmember Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Martinez?
Aye. And that
And
is...
Vice Mayor Donahue abstained on 5.2.
Yes. And that meeting is adjourned. Now we are moving on to the regular city council meeting. That is the green agenda for anyone following along. Calling this meeting to order at 7:18 p.m. And please note we are all still here. And, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank you.
Oops. We are all still here. And there is one very special order of the day. This is the City of Emeryville honors Division Chief Walter Chip Anderson upon his retirement from Alameda County Fire Department after 26 years of honorable service. So, Chip, if I can have you step forward, please. And I've got my own copy, so I can hand this over to you.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
But you can
Hope
read.
you got wall space.
Somebody did a good job framing that. The proclamation. The City of Emeryville honors Division Chief Walter Chip Anderson upon his retirement from Alameda County Fire Department after 26 years of honorable service. Whereas Chief Anderson began his career as firefighter with the Castro Valley Fire Department in June 1989, and whereas working his way up through the ranks in 2001, Chief Anderson was promoted to fire captain, and subsequent promotions included battalion chief in 2012 and division chief in 2014. And whereas Chief Anderson has also served as a member of the hazardous material team from 1999 to 2012, and then coordinator in 2012, and whereas Chief Anderson was appointed as the Alameda County Fire Department liaison to the City of Emeryville in 2014, and whereas during his 26 years in fire service, Chief Anderson gained well-deserved reputation for integrity, professionalism, and commitment to fire service and the citizens of Alameda County. Whereas Chief Anderson's contributions have left an indelible mark on the citizens of Alameda County and the staff of Alameda County Fire Department. Now, therefore, I, Diane Martinez, Mayor of Emeryville, on behalf of the Emeryville City Council, do hereby honor by proclamation Walter Anderson for his 26 years of dedicated service to the Alameda County Fire Department, proclaimed this 5th day of April 2016 at the regular meeting of the City Council by the Mayor of the City of Emeryville. Thank you, Chip.
Thank you. Madam Mayor, I appreciate that so much, and Council. It's been a joy being out here this last year and a half, being the ACFD representative to Emeryville. Great little city. Like I said before, I didn't realize how awesome this place was until I came here weekly, sometimes many times a week. The staff here under Carolyn's staff, they're just fantastic. I appreciate you folks. This was completely unnecessary, but greatly appreciated, and I will find wall space. It's been like family out here to me, and I really, really appreciate it. So it's been a joy, and thank you so much. And I think most of you know Division Chief Dave Winokur, who's taking my spot as of last Friday, April 1, and it's no April Fool's joke. So he does fit the height requirement for, Emeryville's staff. So as you know from our Fire Prevention Bureau, starting with George and then working their way to, drawing a blank. Scott, thank you. You have to be like 6'8" or greater here. But as our fire chief said, and I agree, it is our smallest but tallest city that we deal with, and it's again a joy. I appreciate it. So.
Well, thank you. Congratulations.
And you are in very good hands with Chief Winokur.
Okay, now is the time for public comment for items that are not on the agenda or items that are on the consent calendar.
Hi, I'm Eric Reinheimer. I just wanted to introduce myself to the city government. I run a delivery service, medical cannabis delivery service out of Oakland. We're called Indigo. I've emailed some of you guys, so just wanted to put a face on a name. So, Eric Reinheimer, I look forward to working with you, and I know you're going to be talking a lot about this in the future, and I'd want to offer my services to assist you guys in whatever way I can.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Nice to meet you. Is there anyone else who'd like to comment at this time? Again, it's items that are not on the agenda or items that are in the consent items portion of the meeting. Okay.
Yes, I would like to. So, on February 1st, there was a meeting in this room, a community meeting, regarding something that's going to be talked about here later on, and that is Horton Street Bike Boulevard traffic calming. However, at the meeting, there's a public meeting. It was sanctioned by the Bicycle Advisory Committee. I guess it's just called the Bike Committee now, the Bike Pedestrian Committee now that they're no longer advisory, but whatever. It was sanctioned by that, and it was also sanctioned officially by the city of Emeryville. It was held here. The city manager was here at that meeting. The BPAC members were here, and I tried to make a comment like other people had done, and a government official would not let me make the comment. This person kept interrupting me and would not extend the courtesy to me to make a comment like other people had been extended that courtesy. The Brown Act provides the public meetings, duly noticed public meetings. You have to allow all comments from even people you don't happen to like or do you disagree with their comments. You still have to allow those comments to be aired. And that's not what the city did on that February 1st day, and kept getting shouted down. It's sort of kind of unseemly to have the government like coming in and stopping the citizens from being able to access their government. I presume I don't need to tell you that that's not your place. Your place is to do the opposite, to encourage citizen involvement and encourage to help citizens access their government. And that's not what happened on February 1st. And the city manager was here and allowed this employee of City Hall to continue to interrupt me. And I finally had to leave the building because I wasn't allowed to speak like other people were allowed. So we never got any apology. I never heard any apology for that. I never heard, like, is this a new policy that the city is going to do where we're going to now start interrupting people that who are here to speak, people that perhaps you don't like their comments? So are you 5 of you going to start interrupting speakers here? Or, I don't think so. I think that was an anomaly, but I'd like to find out about it. Why did it happen? And if it was a mistake, I think an apology should be issued, and we should find out why it happened. It was just oversight or something. Anything you could do. Ms. Davis thinks it's really entertaining to have the idea of the government not have people be allowed to talk. I know that's sort of fun for you, but unfortunately the Brown Act doesn't allow you to do it. So you have to let citizens speak. And I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. Even comments you don't like and people you don't like, you must permit them to speak. And so anything you could do to help the citizens with this, so we can feel like we can come to public meetings and speak without being molested like that February 1st day. And I would appreciate if the city manager could explain publicly what happened and how the city plans on fixing this in the future, presumably if you want to fix it. Thank you very much.
All right, so we are still in the public comment section of this meeting, and obviously there are a lot of folks coming in. So if you would like to speak at public comment, number one, I'd request that you fill out a speaker card. It's not mandatory, but it will help us get through this in a quick manner. Again, we're taking public comment for items that are not on the agenda or items that are on the consent calendar. Is there anyone at this time who wishes to come forward before I close public comment?
My name is Kat Brooks. I'm with the Anti-Police Terror Project. We've been here before. On February 3rd of last year, Yvette Henderson, a 38-year-old grandmother and mother, was gunned down on the streets of Emeryville with an AR-15 in broad daylight. While I understand that there are some people on this council that think that there was an appropriate course of action for the police to take, we actually believe that human life is more valuable than that. We believe that Yvette should still be here to be with her grandmother, be with her grandchildren and her children. We believe that for the alleged crime, never proven, the alleged crime of shoplifting, that in this country that's not supposed to be a death sentence. We believe and we understand Emeryville to be a progressive city. And so we came to this council before with a simple demand. We are demanding that you begin a process to phase out the utilization of AR-15s in civilian engagements. We are demanding that as you patrol these streets and you engage particularly people of color, that you do so in a manner that does not result in their loss of life. We are demanding justice for Yvette Henderson, and we are here to let you know that we are going to keep coming back, and we are going to keep demanding, and we're going to keep campaigning, and we're going to continue to get louder. We're not going anywhere. There is absolutely no logical reason that you or your police department can provide for why your officers need these weapons. You got, what, 10,000 people in this city? But really who you're going to end up gunning down is the black and brown people that sit on your borders. The black and brown people in West Oakland that have no other choice, thanks to redistricting, than to come over here and shop, to spend our tax dollars to increase your tax base, because it's the only place we can get clean fruits or vegetables. It's the only place that we can shop easily for our families, right? Because we don't have those things in West Oakland. And we expect to be able to come over here and not be gunned down in the process of shopping for our families.
Okay, thank you. Before the next speaker comes up, I just...
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Repeat after me.
Repeat after me!
We are here with our demands.
We are here with our demands!
Join us now and take a stand.
Join us now and take a stand!
Stop the killing, stop the war.
Stop the killing, stop the war!
We all know what we're fighting for.
We all know what we're fighting for!
We are here with our demands.
We are here with our demands!
Join us now and take a stand.
Join us now and take a stand!
Stop the killing, stop the war.
Stop the killing, stop the war!
We all know what we're fighting for.
We all know what we're fighting for!
When I say Yvette, you say justice. Yvette!
Justice!
Yvette!
Justice!
When I say Yvette, you say justice. Yvette!
Justice!
Yvette!
Justice!
All right, well, thank you for coming in a quiet and orderly fashion. However, we will not be able to tolerate any further disruptions. So, we want to hear what you have to say. We'll continue with public comment. I will request that things remain orderly. If there are disruptions, we do have to get on with the meeting. So there may come a point where I will have to adjourn the meeting, and well, at least put us in recess until we can maintain order in the chambers. So, let's go ahead with public comment. At this time, with the amount of people in the room, I do want to limit the speaker time. May I do that? To 1 minute per person.
Justice for Yvette!
Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette!
You want to?
Justice for Yvette! 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 Justice for Yvette!
If you have an interest in speaking to council, I'd like to give you that opportunity.
Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette!
I'd like to call a recess to clear the chambers.
For Yvette! Justice for Yvette!
Can I get assistance to clear the chambers, please?
Justice for Yvette!
I'm not sure, Don, if I heard you.
Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette! Justice for Yvette!
I'm calling a recess.